Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you're watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got a brand new report coming out from the United States, and we're going to talk about the U.S. Air Force and also U.S. President Donald Trump in today's video, as we have new information that a new F-47 fighter jet is going to be entering production here very soon, and it looks like Boeing is going to be picking up the contract to start manufacturing these aircraft. So we're going to talk about this. Take a look at your screen. Boeing awarded NGAD contract, and NGAD is a program under the United States Air Force, and it's called Next Generation Air Dominance. So this is a contract to begin producing new F-47s. President Trump on Friday announced that the U.S. Air Force is moving ahead with a sixth-generation fighter jet known as the F-47, with Boeing being awarded the contract to manufacture the aircraft. So this is a picture coming out from the Oval Office today when Donald Trump awarded this contract to Boeing to begin manufacturing these new F-47s. And if you can see, it's named after him being the 47th president. Apparently, the generals under this contract decided to call it that, the 47 F-47, as it would relate to Donald Trump being in office. You can see Pete Hegseth, the defense secretary, on the very right there on your screen. And these were also the chief of staff under the U.S. Air Force that were also in the Oval Office. You can see a little photo of the F-47 there in the background. I've got more pictures that I can show you guys, but we're going to go over this information. I also have a few clips coming out from Trump when he announced Boeing getting this contract. So let's jump on over here to Defense News real quick, and we'll take a look at this report just briefly. Boeing wins contract for NGAD fighter jet dubbed F-47. Okay, this just coming out today, March 21st, 2025. You can see here. So here's a photo, and it says right here, the Air Force released this artist rendering of the F-47 Boeing successful pitch for the next generation air dominance fighter aircraft. Okay, so this is artist rendering of what potentially this aircraft is going to look like, and we'll talk about some of the details regarding it too. And it says here, the Pentagon has awarded the long-awaited contract for the Air Force's next generation air dominance future fighter jet, known as NGAD, to Boeing. President Donald Trump announced Friday. The sixth-generation fighter, which will replace the F-22 Raptor, will be designated the F-47, Trump said. It will have state-of-the-art stealth technologies, making it virtually unseeable, and will fly alongside multiple autonomous drone wingmen known as collaborative combat aircraft. It's something the likes of which nobody has ever seen before, Trump said in the Oval Office announcement, with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin, and Lieutenant General Dale White, the Air Force's military deputy for acquisition, technology, and logistics. In terms of all the attributes of a fighter jet, there's never been anything even close to it, from speed to maneuverability to what it can have as a payload. And this has been in the works for a long period of time. America's enemies will never see it coming, he continued. The competition for NGAD was between Lockheed Martin and Boeing after Northrop Grumman announced in 2023 that it would not compete for the program as a prime contractor. Statement from Boeing was not immediately available. Alvin said in a statement Friday that experimental versions of the NGAD has been flying for the last 5 years, flying hundreds of hours, testing cutting-edge concepts and proving that we can push the envelope of technology with confidence. Alvin said the significant experimentation and work on the F-47 will allow the service to fly the jet by the end of Trump's administration. Okay, so potentially we could see this starting to be flown in the next 4 or 5 years from now, and could eventually be in full service at some point by the end of the decade, supposedly. So here's a picture coming out today. As we can see here, the picture says Air Force Chief of Staff General David Alvin presents a display of the F-47, the Air Force's next generation air dominance fighter. Okay, so there's a picture of it right there. I'll bring it up a little bit bigger for you guys on X here in just a moment. So there is more information on this article down below. I will cite it down below in the description of this video for you guys if you want to go ahead and check that out. But we're going to hop on over to X now, and I've got a few things I can share with you guys over here. So let's hop on over to Mech Ozint. And it says Trump awards Boeing $20 billion contract to build next-generation air dominance NGAD sixth-generation fighter jet. Trump says F-47 has been flying for 5 years. It surpasses every other plane. Okay, so we got a minute and 20-second clip of Trump speaking at the Oval Office today as he announces that Boeing will get this contract to produce the F-47. Take a look.
I'm thrilled to announce that at my direction, the United States Air Force is moving forward with the world's first sixth-generation fighter jet. Number sixth generation. Nothing in the world comes even close to it. And it'll be known as the F-47. The generals picked a title. And it's a beautiful number, F-47. It's something the likes of which nobody has seen before in terms of all of the attributes of a fighter jet. There's never been anything even close to it, from speed to maneuverability to what it can have to payload. And this has been in the works for a long period of time. After a rigorous and thorough competition between some of America's top aerospace companies, the Air Force is going to be awarding the contract for the next generation air dominance platform to Boeing. As you know, it was highly competed for. There was a lot of competition, generals, and it's been going on for a long time. Very, very tough competition, but this plane is produced numbers that nobody's ever seen before. The F-47 will be the most advanced, most capable, most lethal aircraft ever built.
All right, so there you go. Looks like this aircraft is going to be entering production here very soon, and we should be hearing it in the next 4 years or so that this thing will start taking flight. Okay, so very big news. Let's move over to another update from Republicans against Trump. Trump says that certain U.S. allies will be able to buy a toned-down version of the new F-47 fighter jets because someday they're not our ally. Yes, you heard that right. Trump is thinking about allowing certain allies, U.S. allies, that right now at least, to purchase toned-down versions of the F-47, and they're going to be sending them toned-down versions because at some point he's thinking that maybe some of these countries that buy these might not be allies to the U.S. anymore. Take a look at this.
Buy them also, and certain allies will be selling them, perhaps toned-down versions. We like to tone them down about 10%, which probably makes sense because someday maybe they're not our allies, right? Buy them also, and
all right, so pretty crazy video coming out from Trump here and stating that maybe some allies that purchase these might not be their allies in the future, and that's why they want to tone down these fighter jets. So we've been seeing Trump talk a lot about, Western allies right now to the United States that, maybe in the future, who knows, maybe Donald Trump might pull the U.S. out of NATO. We've heard talk about that. And also, if Eastern Europe ever gets attacked by Russia, maybe even if it's NATO nations, the U.S. may not come to their backing. So we're continuing to see this type of talk from Trump, which I think is very interesting. Now we got a few photos for you guys from Aviation Week. Breaking: Boeing has won a contract to develop the F-47 next generation combat aircraft for the U.S. Air Force, which throws a lifeline to the company's struggling military aviation business. So here's a photo coming out allegedly showing a mock-up of what this fighter jets might look like. Now, we haven't seen the actual thing yet. That'll probably be unveiled at a later time, but I got a few photos I can show you guys here. Now from Oza Technical, first look at the USAF's sixth generation fighter, the Boeing F-47. Okay, so a little bit bigger photo for you guys to take a look at here. And this was the photo that was unveiled in the Oval Office with U.S. President Donald Trump whenever he announced this contract for Boeing to start producing this thing. And one more photo as well that came out on X from Dan Scavino, F-47, and he says sick, and he's got some little fire emotes. So here's another picture allegedly showing what it may look like in the future as well. So it does look really cool. Apparently it's going to have a lot of stealth technologies and definitely dominate the skies according to Donald Trump. So we'll see how things go with this program, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on this situation with Boeing receiving this contract to begin producing these new F-47 fighter jets. Okay, so let me know what you guys think about all these details down in the comment section. But that's going to be it for today's update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.